It's important to properly dispose of unwanted medication or sharps. MedProject offers free and convenient disposal options near you. To learn more, call 844-MED-PROJECT or visit medproject.org.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 Mini Bite hosted by J.M. Brady. And I'm your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, so, new week, y'all. How you all doing? Got some news going on. Spider-Verse is happening, as far as we know. They recently signed Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to the movie. Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro. Things are going to be slamming. Not to mention Doctor Strange is going to be in the movie, too, as Peter Parker's mentor. You know, look, he's been through so much. He went in space. I don't think he really needs a mentor right now. I mean, a lot of people say he's taking over for Nick Fury, but Nick Fury was off-world, so at the same time, that didn't really happen. So, I don't know. It's interesting how this stuff's going to go down, but everything is going to be surrounding him, so it's a step in the right direction. I'm not mad at that too much, but if anything, I'm still holding out for a decent Fantastic Four movie, and Lord knows how that's going to be. But hey, man, I hope you're all doing okay and stuff. Recently, I've managed to take a look at some decent monster movies, and I gotta say, the Monster Fest is kicking ass this year. Everything is going fine. A lot of y'all seem to be enjoying my riffs, ratings, and so-ons. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm in the right direction as far as I need to be. And man, do I have a lot more movies to go. As a matter of fact, I took today away from the Monster Fest. Actually, well, not true. I can't take a break from this. Actually, it was to improve all the stuff that I have around the J360 studio right now. And so far, television's set. The sound bar is ready. And I got this lineup here with 2 more kaiju films for you all. Though I do have a lot more, but we'll see how we go from the itinerary of things. Because also, we got to take a look at some more of that wild stuff that came out of Tubi, if you will. But I've also noticed something, too. Something about these days, months, and times. I don't know whether it's the election, or I don't know whether it's Trump in office, or I don't know what causes this, but see, whereas I go ahead and I talk about fictional monsters, little do I realize that there are real-life monsters out there. And the thing is, real-life monsters can come in the form of people you were raised with, people in your family, or your friends, or even crazier, your friends' friends, and so on and so forth. Like, I really paid attention to my social circle this past week, too, because I was like, thinking one way or another, things are actually a lot calmer. Since I took care of the issue at my day job and all that stuff, like it's been pretty smooth sailing to a point. But then I saw one of these content creators I know went on a tangent. I guess because he's leaving his podcast or whatever. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Have a nice life. Do you? But he went on a tangent to be like, oh. And then talked about the Jam show, which, by the way, J360 Jams is doing great, and I love the way that's helping other content creators out there. I love that. That's why I designed that whole thing. But what's funny is he'll go on this tangent and say, it was a ripoff of one of his shows. And I'm sitting there thinking this. I'm like, how the hell is something ripping off of yours? I know where I was when I created Jams. And believe it or not, the only person I'm ripping off is J.M. Brady. And he ain't mad about it because he's me. How the hell do I rip off myself? You know what I mean? Because if anything, I did Song of the Day and Song of the Night back in 2015. And I didn't even know this jack off. And to be honest with you, you can't rip off anybody if you've never engaged their content. So that's just weird to me that somebody would even go on that tangent. But I'll tell you what happened was, because in a way, we're part of the same community. The Potter and Family community has been very helpful. And, there's other communities within the communities. You got the Movie Squad Pod, and you got the Ladies Pod Squad, and you got all those different outlets. And you see, I think the one that I signed up with, no, I didn't sign up with anybody. I just work with everybody. Kind of like Galactus, man. I just go to any other area I can go to, hopefully to find a planet to feed off of. But you see, it's just weird to me because at one time, groups are supposed to lift each other up. They're supposed to be pushing each other. Everybody's supposed to have that chance to have that audience and that growth. And when you have that chance to have that growth and stuff, and you pull something and you make every single show that you make has a chance to succeed, that's awesome, right? You would think that there's a reason to do that. You see, one way or another, quite a lot of the shows that make up the J360 universe here were ideas that I've written in the beginning of 2006. And not only that, the J-Man show was supposed to be a lot bigger than what it is. It's a pretty big show anyway. But the thing is that I couldn't just fit all that stuff in there because, that overwhelms all of you. It'd be like watching an episode of Monday Night Raw and you got 205 or whatever floating around there. So that's more wrestling, yes, but at the same time, you're drained out. I do know a little bit about pleasing your audience and taking care of them. Not spoon-feeding them, mind you, but taking care of them. Sheesh. But I also know this much. This particular individual decided to say that my show was a ripoff, huh? If that was the case, then I shouldn't be writing a damn thing. I shouldn't be trying to get to know any of the content creators that I do know, that I work with, or I shouldn't be trying to talk to those who make music and be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to swipe your stuff and throw it up. That's not the way I do things. See, I actually communicate, interact, and talk to all of y'all. And if I know your vibe is off and I know that we're just not going to meet in the middle like anything, I'm not going to fool with you. You are a waste of my time at that point. And I'm probably a waste of your time at that point. That's kind of the thing. Because at the end of the day, I don't need you. I can move on. There's other people out there to talk to. Same with you regarding me. But this fool over here, he's going to sit and say this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there for a minute. I'm like, should I engage this or should I just be like, whatever? And I decided whatever because he's a waste of my time anyway. I think I only talked to that fool one time and I was doing the Power Play series. Which is interesting because that's a video game series. Like, the Power Play series is not original at best. I mean, it's, from my perspective, I made that. But I also know that I was inspired by a lot of video game commentators in order to make that show. And I play games too. And wouldn't you believe that I love music, especially independent music, and like to share that with everybody because it's an interest to me and it helps out the other content creators. And not to mention, like, I'm building a show around it because it helps out my brand too, in addition to their brands. So one way or another, that's unity. But hey, at the end of the damn day, why should I even try for that, right? Right. Stupid. Just beyond stupid. The J-Man Show is a great show, and that actually helps people out too, and inspires them. But what, I'm supposed to stop doing my content because all of a sudden somebody over there is envious and jealous of the success that's coming my way, that the shows are gaining traction, that J360 Productions is growing and rising, and I'm moving along with it, in addition to being open to a lot of people out there? So I'm supposed to feel bad about that? What are you, insane? Stupid? Tiresome? The thing is, there are people out there like that, because one way or another, this is how you handle something like that. How about you actually compete? How about you actually make more episodes of that show you're complaining about? How about, in general, why don't we all just have a face-off here? Because I love to compete. I love to fight, damn it. That's what I'm doing now. But the truth is, it's like this. I keep making shows any and all times. Like, one way or another, they may come late sometimes. They might not land on the day that they land, but they always land on the day afterwards. Because that is my guarantee and my promise to whoever invests in me or whoever takes the time to listen to a J360 show. And one way or another, you're going to be entertained or informed and you're going to enjoy it because it's well worth the wait. But you don't go ahead and you try to act like that. You're like, and I'm leaving the podcast game. Then get the hell out. And the same thing goes for filmmaking. The same thing goes for a lot of other independent content creators. The thing about it is, if you're feeling that your time is up, and that you have nothing else or whatever, even after a break or whatever, that's on you. I don't stop making content because Lord knows, man, I love this stuff. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. I do it. You know what I mean? Chances are it may not be filmed right now, but you better believe there's been so many rewrites for it. And you see, the thing is, I'm not going to stop doing jams just because somebody has a problem. I'm not going to stop doing the J-Man show just because somebody has a problem. I'm not going to stop doing hangouts because somebody has a problem. If you all have a problem with me, that's your bag. If you try to come at me about it, I'll be happily able and willing to come see you. And keep in mind, I'm throwing lefts and rights. I do not have time to go ahead and stop and pause just because you feel a certain way. You feel threatened. You have territorial problems. Or, one where your micro penis just decided to say, oh, I don't feel like it today, Chief. Actually, I'm a few more millimeters shorter now. Grow the hell up. One way or another, we all have the ability to market and make our content. Me saying this kind of stuff, it might seem a little toxic, but I'm on the defense on this one because, I'm going to stand up for my shows. I'm going to stand up. My shows are much like the Philadelphia teams. They're like my children. The point is this. The thing is that I work really hard on that stuff. And the whole point is that if you feel threatened by any of this stuff, the hell with you then. You need to be more mature about it and go ahead and do your own thing. Don't worry about what everybody else does because everybody else is doing their own damn thing. It's just the same as like KFC complaining about Popeyes. KFC doesn't give a damn about Popeyes. That's why they got their ass kicked during that whole chicken thing. Regarding the chicken sandwiches, that is. Well, nobody going to KFC. Everybody at Popeyes. And right now, I'm Popeyes. So kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's not only this, right? It's all sorts of other things. Other content creators, instead of just having a strong base and a strong connection, they're all fighting each other over petty stuff, over little things, over things that they can't account or accustom for. It's all this envy, beta, B blood, Let that beta blood flow through you. And keep in mind, if this guy had any reservations about it, how about this? How about you fire up your DM, go ahead and talk to me about it, or even better, talk to me about it face to face. Just come at me and say this. Oh, yeah. And then you try to say, oh, sorry, it needed to be said. Shut the hell up. Get out of my face, you man. You're just full of shit. Oh, pardon my French. There it is. This episode's uncut then. But you see, the thing is, it's just one way or another, you just lying to yourself, and then at the end of the day, you want sympathy. Of course, there's going to be people that co-sign with you. Going to be like, oh yeah, I don't want you to feel bad or left out on that. It's just like this. I never engage this dude's content. And I do my own thing. But I speak on my behalf because saying stuff like that really doesn't hurt me. But it tries to diminish my brand, and it pretty much hurts the people who actually believed in me and shared me their music so that I could share with the world. That disrespects them. Me, I'll come and go as I please. And then, not only that, I hold my ground well. I mean, 170 so episodes of the J-Man Show alone will tell you that. But when it comes right down to disrespecting my guests or my associates or the people that actually are willing to work with me, you're on my S list for life. The hell with you. I don't have to associate with you. I don't have to work with you. You can sit in the back, complain all you want to. You can go ahead and stroke your little micro penis. Either way, it's not as big as mine when I'm not aroused, so I ain't worried about it. It's just stupid individuals nowadays, man. Life is too short to even drink this kind of stuff down and then hope that you're poisoning me. You're not going to poison me on this. I can do bad by myself. But it's just really, really stupid the way we as people have become and we devolved. And I can look at the election, I can look at all this stuff, but one way or another, yes, it's between two toxic people, or unless you go third party, and even then, you gotta hope that one way or another, problems will get solved. But I'll talk about that at another time during my election special this year, because right now, this doesn't make any sense, other than just, why don't you just be happy for people, Like, if one of the people that I knew made another show, and they stuck with that show. Like, there's this one guy I know, and he's got great potential. And I always look at him, I'm like, come on, man. Keep doing it. Pushing. Keep going. Keep going. And if his show gets traction, and it beats out any of my show, especially the J-Man show, I'm happy. I'm totally content. That means I gotta go do something else, or, hey, just compete with him. That's all it is to it. But if you get comfortable and you stay that way, and somebody supersedes you, that's it. You did it to yourself. You stayed still, which is what you don't do. So I'll never understand people, man. All I know is that's just beta male bitch blood. And at the end of the damn day, I don't have any of it. And I'll speak on my point to say this. While at the same time, things might be similar, ain't nobody ripping off anybody, especially from J360 Productions. I didn't rip off anybody. Mono didn't rip off anybody. Nobody else in the team did. So, the hell with that nonsense. But anyway, though, it was good to do this show for one late night. Oh, actually, no. We'll go a little long with this one. Any of you content creators out there that are getting started and stuff, and you're doing something and you feel as though that it's similar to somebody else, really look at it and make sure that one way or another, that you do it any damn way. That you go ahead and you put your spin on it. You put your technique on that stuff, because don't nobody own no property rights into this game. That's somebody that's jealous of somebody else for actually getting traction and moving up. A lot of other people are enjoying it. Let them enjoy it. If you were any good, they'd be talking about your show too. So it's just stupid the way people are. But at the end of the day, when you're creating something and you're starting out, go ahead and create. Go on ahead and manifest. Do the best you can. And if you feel like you can't be in the long game, okay. But if you feel as though that you could do it short term and leave a lasting impact, that's good too. Quality over quantity sometimes. You got to pay attention to those things. But all I know is foolish people like that are the ones that are killing independent media. And he'll never have my respect. Or anybody else that even tries that nonsense will ever have my respect. Let alone my attention. But that being said, though, stay away from SDE, man, because it is running rampant all over the place. And none of us really need to carry that. I never carried a small dick. I don't see myself carrying it now. So, let's just be honest. Y'all really got to work this stuff out. This is just issues upon issues over there. And I don't need to be a part of it. But until then, though, the J-Man Show lands tomorrow. We'll go back into talking about some more horror stuff. And I also have some interesting urban legends to tell you about. But until then, this is the J-Man signing off. I want you all to take it easy. We will reconvene at 9 o'clock tomorrow. 9 o'clock Eastern, that is. Peace.
We all know a guy who only occasionally shaves for big occasions, and it's because that occasional shave really hurts. It's the time of year for big occasions, and yet there he is, suffering with that cheap drugstore razor. Let's help him out. Henson Shaving's line of razors, built with aerospace precision, deliver a smooth shave your dad, brother, and even son can enjoy, eventually. With replacement blades just 10 cents each, you'll buy it once, and they'll use it for life. How's that for the perfect gift? Celebrate with 100 free blades on your first purchase, and no subscription headaches. HensonShaving.com/holiday.